to Yeet Jersey. Come on, Wade. If you're not going to get Yeaton out here tonight, I'm going to get Cardi B to join me on commentary.
And you've got all of Cardi B's cassettes at home, haven't you, Michael Cole?
I've actually upgraded the CDs.
I'll tell you what, hats off to our cameraman, because I'm trying to spot Jey Uso amidst this massive humanity, and it's like playing Where's Waldo, and I still can't see it.
Well, there's over 50,000 here tonight, and we're kicking things off with main event Jey Uso, who's had an incredible 2025. Winner of the Royal Rumble, won the World Championship at WrestleMania, and tonight reunites with his cousin, Roman Reigns.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds, main event, Jey Uso.
It's a long way to the field from where Jey Uso started. Making his way through the sea of WWE fans here tonight.
The man who is a proven commodity under the brightest of spotlights at WrestleMania 41 earlier this year. Well, this is a similar pressure situation right here to kick off SummerSlam.
Come on, Wade, he's getting closer. You got to get in the rhythm. Let's do a little bit of yeeting here at ringside to kick things off.
Oh, God, you're really warmed up. Were you tailgating outside earlier?
I was. I loved it.
All right.
Nothing like a New York City pretzel and a beer.
All time.
And look at who's here.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
That was lame. Let's show him how to do it, brother. There we go. See? Yeah. Main event Jey Uso.
You know what that gives us by osmosis? We've got 24 hours worth of cool points now from Jey Uso. We cannot mess things up.
I'm Michael Cole. He's Wade Barrett. We're joined by our Spanish announced team as well. Marcelo Rodriguez, Jerry Soto, trying to yeet. Good job. Better than us.
No podía ser el SummerSlam más grande de la historia sin esta mesa en español que le pertenece a todos ustedes. De verdad que la temperatura va a subir y subir y subir. Gracias a ustedes, familia. Bienvenidos a SummerSlam.
Dos Yeeters.
Dos? Oh, you've been practicing, huh?
Yep.
Let me hear some of your Cardi B rapping. That's what I really want to hear.
No, that'll be later on tonight in the bar.
Ah, good plan, good plan. They got to pay extra for that. I like that idea.
Interesting night for Jey Uso tonight. You heard Paul Heyman gaslighting Jey Uso on Raw this Monday, questioning why he would ever go back to teaming with his cousin Roman Reigns after that abusive relationship between Reigns and Uso for so many years within the bloodline. Jey Uso said, hey, I went out, made it on my own, became a world champ. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'm ready to go and team with Roman tonight.
Yeah, and I got to agree with Jey Uso on that. For years and years, he was in the shadow of his cousin, Roman Reigns. Who would not be? But now, with Jey Uso, albeit former World Heavyweight Champion, this man is proven and he can stand shoulder to shoulder with his cousin.
165 pounds, the OTC
Roman Reigns looks in absolutely incredible shape. Phenomenal shape as he heads to the ring for the first time since WrestleMania, the night that he was screwed over by his longtime advocate, the wise man Paul Heyman. And tonight Roman looks for a semblance of revenge. At SummerSlam, it really has been the Roman Reigns show. He has 6 wins against 1 loss. Over the years, he won his first Universal Championship here back in 2018. He won the first ever Last Man Standing match versus Brock Lesnar in 2022. And he won the first ever Tribal Combat match at SummerSlam the next year versus Jey Uso, who he teams with tonight.
Roman Reigns looking like a real-life CGI character. It's hard to believe that that is actually a human being, but that is the epitome of effortless, ice-cold confidence. And boy, oh boy, has Roman Reigns earned that over the past decade here in WWE.
Jey Uso, very successful as SummerSlam as well, only 1 loss in his career, a number of tag team victories over the years for the former world champion, the former intercontinental champion, and the former 9-time tag team champion.
And her opponents, accompanied by WWE Hall of Famer, the Oracle, Paul Heyman, at a combined weight of 580 pounds. The team of Big Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker.
Well, you may have noticed that Roman Reigns is sporting some new kicks in the ring tonight. That is because the sneakers around the neck of Big Bronson Reed belong to Roman Reigns. This past Monday night on Raw, Braun Breaker would spear Reigns and Uso through the barricades, and then like a high school bully, Bronson Reed ripped the sneakers off of Reigns and walked out of the arena with him. He now calls himself the Tribal Thief. He calls the sneakers around the neck the Shula Fala, obviously poking fun at Reigns in Reigns tradition.
What's the whole Cinderella thing? If the shoe fits, you can go to the ball, right, Michael Cole? Well, if Roman Reigns' shoes fit you, then you can run this entire industry. And clearly that is the game plan of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed.
This is a critical matchup for Breaker and Reed here tonight, proving to the Oracle Paul Heyman and the rest of the WWE Universe that they belong in this spot, that they belong in this moment, on the grand stage against Jey Uso and, of course, one of the all-time greats, Roman Reigns.
2 young, hungry, and most importantly of all, dangerous up-and-comers launching a hostile takeover of this place. You want to run this place, take down Jey Uso, take down Roman Reigns. Then the kingdom is yours.
Braun Breaker is 1-0 at SummerSlam. He beat Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship here last year. Bronson Reed is yet to win at this event. An opportunity tonight. Bell rings from our senior official Chad Patton, and we are underway. And Reed and Breaker exchanging blows. And I just told you what, I didn't think it'd take that long to get here. Reigns and Reed, Breaker and Uso.
After what we saw on Raw this past week with Roman Reigns and Jey Uso getting completely laid out by this duo, obviously there was going to be some punishment, some consequences right off the bat. And here we are.
I think we were all shocked over the damage that Reed and Breaker did to these two on Monday. The tsunamis from Reed, of course, the spear we mentioned from Braun Breaker, and Roman Reigns and Jey Uso hold the ring early on in this matchup.
We know how devastating Breaker and Reed are. However, to do it against opponents the caliber of Roman Reigns and Jey Uso was simply startling. The bar has been raised.
Well, I think it's startling the fact that these two are actually in the ring together as a team after everything they've went through in their career over the past number of years. And Jey Uso wants an encore. He wants to run it back.
Get up, Cole! Why am I yelling at you?
And all Roman Reigns is doing is barking at Heyman out here. Meanwhile, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed spoil the party.
Well, who had the rookie error here? It was the veteran. Went up!
And Jey Uso launching himself off the top rope, and everybody wiped out.
Oh my God, a sickening landing for all four men on that one.
And again, Jey Uso with a big dive from the top rope, taking out everyone, and physical matchup already here to kick off SummerSlam.
The only way it was ever going to be with these four superstars in there, and Reigns laid out in the early goings here. What a smart move by Bronson Reed.
Yeah, the 330-pound Auszilla drives Roman Reigns into the steps as Jey Uso now squares off with Braun Breaker. And Jey with a big right hand.
Well, Jey's having to take a leadership role in the, oh God!
And Breaker, so fast.
Big speed check right there, 23 miles an hour plus. This guy has legit been clocked by NFL teams at that pace.
Yeah, he'd fit in the backfield here with the Jets or Giants at MetLife Stadium. And Braun Breaker is now taking control of the matchup. Breaker, a former two-time NXT champion. Won the tag title there a couple of times as well. Intercontinental champion. And now Bronson Reed.
How smart was it of these two, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, to link up this early in their career with the smarts of Paul Heyman. Oh, God.
Oh, look at this. Braun Breaker from out of nowhere, bowling through Roman Reigns. Roman was just making it back to his feet, and Braun Breaker wiped out Roman Reigns right in front of our announce table.
Just such explosive force, momentum, accuracy, a cataclysmic reaction, all absorbed by Roman Reigns.
Oh, and now the senton from the 330-pounder. In the early flurry from Reigns and Uso has been met by Breaker and Bronson Reed. You mentioned earlier how smart it was for Reed and Breaker to team up together. How smart is it for the Oracle, Paul Heyman, to have brought them together? He realized the power, he realized the potential in these two men, and he's now put them together. And everything Paul Heyman touches, Wade, you know as well as I do, usually turns to gold.
It is the ultimate in symbiosis. Paul Heyman has consistently linked himself for 40-plus years to winners in this game.
And now caught the strength of Breaker and slams Uso to the mat. Here's the cup, shoulders are down, and now Braun Breaker into the push-ups, bit cockiness here.
Well, it was cockiness, but I'll tell you right now, Braun Breaker is smart enough to know he simply wasn't going to beat Jey Uso with that move. A kick-out was inevitable, so why don't I play a little mind game in the process?
But wait, I like the strategy early on. We've made it well documented that Jey Uso has issues with his ribs, his midsection, suffering a number of tsunamis and spears over the past number of weeks. Probably isn't 100% coming into this, and Breaker and Reed, knowing that, have focused on the midsection.
Well, Jey Uso has about had the heaviest schedule of anyone since winning the Royal Rumble earlier this year. It has been war after war after war with the likes of Gunther et al. His body is racked with damage, and there's simply no time to take off and recover. And of course, two young, hungry athletes like Reed and Breakker
And Wade, what
are
do
going
you
to exploit that.
And what do you make of Breakker stepping up to Roman Reigns, getting in his face, saying, "I belong here"?
I absolutely love it. It is a rising star facing off against an established legend. It is a hostile takeover. Somebody who wants to run the industry and is putting no cap on where his career can go. And why should he, with the likes of the Oracle, Paul Heyman, guiding him now?
Heyman looking on, had a big smile on his face moments ago. You know he would love to watch his two upstarts knock off Roman Reigns in his return to the ring tonight. After what happened to Roman Reigns at the hands of Heyman at WrestleMania.
Activated the face of Roman Reigns as he's been mugged off in the early goings of this one. He was stabbed in the back by his former wise man, Paul Heyman, at WrestleMania. And things are going south in a hurry to kick off SummerSlam Saturday.
Tagged to Breakker, and again, look at the Oracle Heyman and the look of joy on his face.
There is still a big question mark hanging over Roman Reigns as he struggles to even get into this match, because Paul Heyman has been Roman Reigns' anchor point for years. The safe harbor Roman can always turn to in his hour of need. Well, that doesn't exist anymore, and the way this is going, Jey Uso may not exist for much longer.
Heyman laughing hysterically at the punishment that Breakker and Reed are doing to Jey Uso here.
Got to enjoy the good moments in this industry. It's highs and low, and right now we're getting higher and higher in the world of Paul Heyman, thanks to the exploits of these two.
Roman Reigns! Roman, you saw! You should have stayed away!
Well, Breakker does believe in himself, doesn't he? Very cocky.
How do you sing to Roman Reigns in the middle of a tag match like that?
Oh, just like Breakker did. I think that's the first time I've ever seen anyone do that to Roman. Now Jey Uso trying to fight back.
It's the first time anyone's been in such a dominant position to be able to do that to Roman.
And look at how Breakker was able to shift the power, the balance, the weight to deliver the knees to the midsection and forcing Jey to kick out at two.
I cannot even stress you how difficult that particular move that Bron Breakker just pulled off, this gorilla press into the knees combination, timing, power, and everything else involved, and he did it effortlessly as a transition with a wriggling around Jey Uso. This guy is an absolute freak.
Roman Reigns realizes his cousin's in trouble. Trying to feed off the WWE fans. The OTC would love to get into this matchup. And Jey Uso now right in front of the Spanish announce table, and Bron Breakker on the apron. Jey Uso does not want to help himself up on the table. We've seen Breakker do this before. Bron Breakker. Oh, nobody home. Jey Uso had Breakker scouted and moved out of harm's way. Breakker went knee first into the table.
Yeah, that's how you tear your patella tendon right there, Bron Breakker. Incredibly dangerous landing right on that steel table. We've talked about how reinforced they are. That is not a joke. And Bron Breakker may have overextended himself there.
And Jey Uso trying to drag himself on the ring as Paul Heyman checks on Bron Breakker.
Now scrambling for the tag is Jey.
And Bronson Reed sent outside the ring, and Jey's got an opportunity.
It's now or never for Jey Uso. Both opponents down.
But Bron Breakker so fast, working in tandem. Reed dragging Reigns off the apron into the barricade. And the quickness of Bron Breakker, bad knee and all, intercepting Uso.
Yeah, well, prior to 3 months ago, prior to linking up with the Oracle Paul Heyman, tactics like that were beyond somebody like Bronson Reed. As we take another look at Bron Breakker going down, he's gingerly recovering, and this was the tag attempt as Bronson Reed on the outside helped prevent it.
Yeah, Breakker with a football tackle, intercepting Jey Uso as he went for the tag. And now the Oscilla, big Bronson Reed, the 330-pounder. Just when Jey was starting to build a little momentum. Breakker and Bronson Reed prevent the tag from happening.
Bronson Reed at this point not even got the match put away, but it's starting to look like a foregone conclusion. Jey Uso barely thrown a shot in the last 5 minutes.
Now Reed hoisted Uso up on his shoulders. Jey trying to fight back. You gotta love the heart of Jey Uso, the former world champion.
Yo, this has been a 15+ year story for Jey Uso. The
Nice.
durability, the never say die attitude, but without a Roman Reigns in the corner to tag, what's the value of fighting back?
Roman's back to his feet. Jey Uso off the DDT. Creates a little bit of space, but can he capitalize? Jey's starting to come to. Roman's ready. Braun Breaker realizes it's desperate time for his team now.
Yeah, it's about the biggest
Tag,
line
tag.
in the eyes of Braun Breaker, and that is why.
And now Roman Reigns, the legal man, taking it to Braun Breaker. Reigns with a clothesline. Down to the corner. Roman has Breaker pinned.
Paul Heyman knows as well as anyone how disastrous this could be for his man.
And Reigns, runs into I believe a back elbow by Breaker. Well, Reigns caught him though. And Breaker able to counter momentarily. Roman sends Breaker over the top rope. Roman Reigns gonna go all out over the top. Oh my goodness!
Oh my God!
Taking out Breaker and Reed.
While selflessly throwing caution to the wind, and what a landing it was for Roman Reigns.
The OTC takes to the air.
Completely clearing the top rope and almost clearing his opponent. There's one way to knock yourself out cold, cause yourself a major injury, but it appears that Roman Reigns lives on.
Yeah, Roman with the Uranagi now, and with Braun Breaker in trouble, Roman Reigns is starting to feel it. Locked and loaded. Breaker in his sights, and Superman punch to Reed. Breaker rolls him up, shoulders down for the win. Kick out at 2 by Reigns. And Breaker with that big knee drops Roman to his knees.
Roman having to fight 2 fires at once, and it was simply too much, even for him.
Calls himself the new big dog. Tag made by Reed. Braun Breaker now runs into a Superman punch, but I'm not sure Roman realizes that Bronson Reed is legal. And now Reed, like a bowling ball, bowling his way through Reigns.
Completely wiping out the tribal chief. And now this spells something incredibly sinister. Bronson Reed looking to drop the hammer with an avalanche of humanity.
Into the corner. The big splash by Bronson Reed. Tag made. Jey Uso's legal. Reed doesn't realize it. Jey the legal man. Kick right to the midsection of Bronson Reed. And now Jey Uso looks to pick up the pace.
This is that durability of Jey Uso. You write him off. He takes a hell of a beating for 10 straight minutes, but bounces back like this.
And Bronson Reed, what a collision.
Simply too much left in the tank of this humongous Aussie. They mean streak a mile wide.
And the Death Valley driver by Reed. Is it enough to put Jey Uso away? Near fall for Reed.
Now frustration starting to set in for this young Aussie.
Bronson and Breaker know Jey Uso very well. We know not to underestimate the resilience and heart of this man.
Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker have absolutely whooped ass for the past 90% of this match, but still not been able to get the dub thus far. And that, as a young competitor, can be highly agitating. The hell are you thinking here?
Oh my God.
Oh no,
Reed
don't!
with a suicide
Oh,
dive! Wiping out Reigns and Uso. Bronson Reed with a 330-pound suicide dive.
What a heavy landing too for Bronson Reed. And keep your eye on Bron Breakker here.
Look out,
The
look
hell
out,
is he
look
cooking
out,
up?
look out. Look out. Bron Breakker. Oh, it drives Roman Reigns onto and over the Spanish announce table.
The attempt he tried on Jey Uso earlier. Jey got away. Roman Reigns not so lucky. Roman may be down and out here. Oh my God.
Yeah, his boots say it all. The unpredictable, badass Bron Breakker. The Oscilla Bronson Reed dominating here at SummerSlam.
I have an idea.
We're going up, completely wiped out, buried under all the equipment on the Spanish announce table. Jey Uso now a sitting duck.
Bronson Reed taking flight. Unbelievable stuff. Oh God.
Electric chair position with Bron Breakker now on the top rope. And Breakker, oh goodness!
Shades of the dog-faced gremlin Rick Steiner. That's Bron's father, Hall of Famer.
Hook of the leg, kick out by Uso.
And that kick out could not have been any later there, Cole. Bron cannot believe it.
Bronson Reed again, what a suicide dive by Reed.
Oh God, 330 pounds almost landing head first, but wiping out the opponents and then followed up by Bron Breakker's freak athleticism.
And then Bron Breakker pulling one right out of the Steiner's playbook, but they're not quite able to put Jey Uso away.
Just an astounding kick out there from Jey Uso, and where do these two powerhouses go from here?
What's concerning right now, and look at Bron Breakker. Bron now, you know the damage he can do when he's outside the ring like this.
Bron Breakker's not even breathing.
Well,
that's scary.
And again, he's staring across the ring. Is Bron Breakker, and Bron Breakker now full head of steam. And Roman Reigns
right on the jaw
with a Superman punch. I think Breakker was going to try to spear both of them through the barricade again. And now Roman Reigns, spear! Breakker through the barricade! You saw Roman Reigns shove his cousin out of the way, deliver the Superman punch, and then sacrificing himself, driving Breakker through the barricade with a spear.
A little payback from what happened on Raw this past week.
And now Reed will send Jey Uso back into the ring.
For all intents and purposes right now, this is into a one-on-one matchup. Roman and Bron Breakker have not moved a muscle.
It's time.
Finish him off! Tsunami!
And here we go, Wade.
Oh,
You're gonna
yes.
have your opportunity.
He kind of did it for me, but I'll follow up. From the top rope, the meeting of beauty and organ.
Superman punch! Roman helping his cousin to his feet. One's to the sky. 1D! One and done! Reigns and Jey Uso using the move that the Usos and before them the Dudley Boys made famous. Cover now. And Breakker breaking things up.
Such timing, such instincts there from Bron Breakker, who looked written off for good. After this from Roman Reigns, sending Bron Breakker crashing through our security barrier. And just when it was disaster time for Jey Uso, tsunami incoming, but denied by that Superman punch.
All four men are down. Critical moment in this tag team match.
once again, the first up is Bron Breakker. 250 pounds of gelignite, and you simply cannot keep him down.
Non-stop motor.
And there's no fuse with this guy. It is flame-directed detonator.
And Breakker now turns his attention to Jay.
Breakker doesn't even look hurt. He doesn't look exhausted. He just looks angry.
He was speared through a barricade just a few moments ago.
Guy has lost the damn plot.
He's a fry short of a Happy Meal. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, but that makes him highly effective at punishing human beings.
And Breakker targeting main event Jey Uso. He's got him in his sights. And look at Roman Reigns! Roman Reigns shoving Jey out of the way! Roman taking a bullet, the spear from Breakker. And a spear by Jey Uso! Breathes down!
And all the momentum now with main event Jey Uso!
The Uso splash! Jey and Roman win!
Here are your winners, the team of the OTC, Roman Reigns, and main event, Jey Uso.
I'll tell you right now, the overzealousness of wanting to grab the spotlight, of wanting to take down the original bloodline, cost Reed and Breakker tonight as the veterans made them pay. But Wade, to me, there's a massive story that has developed tonight on a couple of different occasions. Even toward the end of the match, Roman Reigns put himself in harm's way, sacrificed himself for his cousin, Jey Uso.
We've seen the entire career of Roman Reigns, and not once has he put his body on the line for family, faction mates, anyone in fact, and I would argue that is the reason Roman Reigns has been so successful. He's ruthless. He's got a singular focus on his own success. Is he getting soft, Michael Cole?
Well, right here, Roman Reigns taking the bullet for Jey Uso, sending Jey out of harm's way, knowing Jey was the legal man, and Jey would counter with a spear of his own, and then the Uso splash would put Reed away in what was a hell of a tag team match to start off SummerSlam.
Four super athletes laying it on the line, and much to the dismay of the Oracle Paul Heyman, his men took the L tonight. I'll tell you, Cole, speaking of Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker, the path to the top is never straight, but it will be relentless for those two. An L tonight, but that is a learning experience.
Yeah, L tonight, but what does it do for the future? It sends these guys over the edge, perhaps. Who knows what Breakker...
Bron Breakker telling Michael Cole to shut up, and you'd be well advised to heed that advice. Bron Breakker in no mood to break this one down at this moment in time.
That had to feel great for Roman Reigns sticking it to Paul Heyman here tonight.